Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Um, I just thought it might be even a little easier for me just to go live instead of doing some posts. I've had an interesting experience, and I kind of just think it's maybe helpful for clients and prospective people not in the industry to kind of see a little bit from behind doors and kind of what's going on. Um, Something a little interesting, and it's not a complaint from me. I had a listing appointment last week. It went amazing. The clients were looking at 3 different agents. I was not the one chosen. Um, the only thing that disappoints me about the entire process is the reason why, after seeing the listing go live, why I think I wasn't chosen. Um, the home, and I'm not going to give specifics, it's in a nice area. It was listed previously for about 3 months, and it was going into the holiday season. There was a lot going on, and I think that might have been a difficulty as why. I actually told the sellers I thought it was a great number. I thought a little bit of marketing change, a little bit of direction in what they were doing, some new content would be nice, but I really didn't think price was the problem, which is interesting. Normally, if a listing's been on the market for a couple months, there's a reason it hasn't sold, and price is a lot of times why. I don't think it was this time. I think they hit the holidays. They listed in October. It was basically Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and then they pulled it off, and it was just poor timing. They came back to market, but what was interesting is the house was listed at $1.2 million before. That was kind of where I thought it should be listed. It came back on the market for more than 30% more than that. It was listed at $1.550 this time. That's where my problem comes in, where my issue comes in. I think a lot of agents are out for themselves and not out for the client's better good. I think that they are out to get the listings, whether that then leverages into another listing or another deal. I don't necessarily think they are looking to try and help the client put themselves in the best position. These people, the sellers, they've already moved on. They bought another house. It's not like, oh my God, it's the end of the world for them. But there's a difference. If you're taking the time to prep your house and get photos done and put it on the market, you want to put your best foot forward or not do it at all. I mean, there is a philosophy, and I kind of titled this video that you can either list your house to sell it, or you can list it to let it sit. There's no point in listing a home just to show it. And I won't take those listings. I've had clients come up to me and say, hey, I followed you a lot. I'd like you to list my house. I run my comps, I go over, we talk. Let's say I think the house is worth $1 million and they come in at $1.5 million. Unless there's a reason why there's that discrepancy and they can validate it, or if they're willing to have a game plan of, oh yeah, there's a boat in the backyard and that comes with it, or if in 15 days we don't hit that number, then we can switch up our plans and push back, then it's different. My biggest concern is a lot of times that doesn't happen, and a lot of the time the seller and the clients are the ones that end up taking the brute end of this, and it's just not fair. I hope I'm wrong, and I really hope that this one example, and this has happened 3 or 4 times that I know of, but I hope that at least this one example, I hope it sells. I hope it sells for $1.5 million, $1.550. I hope the whole neighborhood gets a boost. It'd be amazing, but I worry it won't. And then you're struggling when you start chasing the market down. If that's wrong, and now they have to come down to maybe $1.4 million. Now they're $1.3 million. Buyers aren't stupid these days. Y'all are savvy. You have the internet. You can go online. I've had so many buyers go online and all of a sudden like, oh yeah, I saw this house was listed. I mean, what happens when you walk in the door and the first thing the buyer says is, I love this house, but I saw it was listed 30 days ago for $350,000 less. Why the change? I think that agent's going to really struggle to justify, oh, the market shifted. The market hasn't shifted. Yeah, I mean, we were in a declining market, and it's started to stabilize, and it might even have a bounce. And I think these interest rates finally coming down from the mid 7s down to 5.5, under 6, it's going to help. It really is. Jumbos are down in the mid to low 5s. That starts to put a lot of people in a much better spot. That being said, I can't lie to clients. I can't do it. It sucks. I mean, I came in and I was pissed when I saw it got listed. My wife heard me and started laughing. It is what it is, though. You know, I mean, I'd rather not get the listing than get it in bad terms and in a bad situation. I think the house is beautiful and it really should sell. And I mean, I even told them if they wanted to go to $1,250,000 or $1,300,000, it was probably doable. It's a strong market, and if we had better marketing, it would still sell. At $1,550,000, I think they're gonna. Time is money in a market, and the longer it sits, you start chasing it down. I hope the client gets what they want out of the deal. I think too many times, and this is kind of my point, I'll wrap it up. I don't need to drag on forever. If you guys have any comments or have been in these situations, please let me know as well. But I mean, my point here is I'm a very honest person. If you ask me to come give you a valuation of your home, I'm going to tell you what it's worth. I think that's what a real estate agent is there for. I mean, we're the expert opinion, but we shouldn't lie to you to try and get a listing. If I think your house is worth $1.5 million, I'm not going to tell you it's worth $2 million, because that's what I think is going to get me the listing. It's not right. See too many agents do it, and then 30 or 45 days later, they're beating the clients up and beating the sellers up. Hey, we're way overpriced. We need a $250,000 price change. Probably should have started there in the first place. You drop $250,000, you're never going to get that $1,750,000 now. Now you're chasing the market down. Now you're going to get offers at $1,500,000, $1,550,000. You might get $1,600,000. If you would have started at $1,750,000, you might have got $1,800,000. You don't know. I think too many times there's a supply and demand thing, and people just want that high price tag on their homes just to tell people about it. That's what it sells for, not what it's listed for. I mean, if you can sell your home in a week and it sells for a number that you're happy with, what's the difference? I think everyone's goal is the same. I mean, my goal is to sell your home for the most amount of money, not because it makes me the most amount of money, but because it's the right thing to do for you. That's what your goal is. Now, I will tell you, I've had clients that don't want the most amount of money. They have other desires, other terms. We want to be out in 30 days. At that point, time is more valuable to them than the extra cash. So, I mean, everyone has their different terms, and I will say some people, their homes will sell for less than it might have, but you know what? It's because it was a cash deal, no inspections, and it closed in 15 days instead of 45 or 60. Sometimes people need to go somewhere. I mean, motivation is a big key, and everyone's motivation is different. Money isn't everyone's motivation. I'll just leave you with this. If you are looking to sell your home, call me. I'd love to talk to you, even if you're not in the area. Just for advice, just if you have questions. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you what it's worth. I'll tell you what I think you should do to sell it. I'll tell you what I don't think you should do. Your first 2 to 3 days on the market is the most important. You really need to hit the ground running and get a great marketing profile from the start. If you don't, you're going to be chasing the market down. You've probably heard me say that 4 or 5 times in the 8 minutes I've been on this. That's the market we're in. You price it right and you sell quickly. If you don't, you're chasing it down. Buyers are savvier now than they were 5 years ago. The photos need to be great. The listing description needs to be amazing. Have a great walkthrough video. These clients make 80% of their decisions before they ever walk in the door. Once these clients, especially the younger generation, once they're in the door, you've almost sold them. I mean, at that point, now it's my job. That's where I come in, and that's where I really sell them on the neighborhood, sell them on the home, and on the benefits of what's going on. But if you're not priced right, you're never going to get there. And what I kind of briefly mentioned before I let you guys go is supply and demand. I think that if a home is priced correctly, if it's $1 million home and you price it at $950 or $980, you're going to get a lot more people in the door than doing $1.1 million. Somebody comes in the door and they see 11 cars out front. You think they're going to go home and wait on this for 2 weeks and make an offer? Or you think they're probably going to write that offer tonight or tomorrow? Probably tonight or tomorrow. Second you get that first offer, you call the other 15 or 20 people back and you tell them, hey, I have an offer in. If you people are interested, we need to get something going. The second that starts going, it's a FOMO. It's a sense of, I don't want to lose this. If someone else wants it, it must be good. That's the goal in real estate. I mean, that's always been the goal. I think there was a couple years where you just threw it in the MLS, put a sign in the yard, and it would sell. We're not there anymore. I think you need somebody who has some personality, who has some knowledge, who can work the field and get the best terms for you. A lot of times it's not just getting one buyer in the door. Everyone says it takes just one. You're right. But if you get 2 or 3, you're going to get a better number and better terms. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, just shoot me a message or leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks again, and you have a great Monday.